I don't know.
Nice, nice.
Well, I guess if we're going to start or kick off the new year, what better way to do it than with Brian coughing on the start
Yeah.
and just knowing
You?
how to get it going. I guess before we
Yep.
really get festivities rolling, Sean, do you have any type of beverage or anything like that to crack open
Oh,
the start of
I
this
heard
new
that.
year?
Tell me if you hear this.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay,
there we
okay.
Ooh.
I would imagine that with the power of the internet, that everybody listening is technically in the future. So we're speaking to you from the past. So you might not necessarily be able to crack one open with us, but hopefully by the time Thursday evening rolls around, you guys will be able to do so. Because yeah, the season's here. It's kind of crazy. It's already come upon us.
Yeah, it is. And we all got to crack many a beverage together during the draft. And
Yeah.
God, that was what, a week and
I,
a half ago? Can't believe that's already gone that far by, but
It was a good
I
time. Yeah, but no,
it was a
it's
really fun time.
I will say one of the things that I did like about well, I mean, other than we got Nick's hound dog speech where we all were
Oh
barking at the
yeah.
moon. We had another performance, but you guys need to have some sort of a name. I don't know if there's been any discussion about this, but there does need to be some sort of a band name. I would say this is where we can get some comment participation. We should be seeing some text messages or some entries on the league thread about what that band name should be. But a
Yeah,
lot of good
seriously.
things. But I will say one of the things that it's been kind of fun getting prepped and ready for this season, along with everybody getting together for the draft. We had also kind of put in a group effort to try to determine the actual like winning order for our entire league history of all the past previous winners and stuff like that. That was really cool to kind of see a list.
Yeah, that
And
was cool. I didn't think we were actually going to be able to really piece it fully together, but I think from Joey's screenshot updates, I think we feel pretty confident that that was it. Like
yeah,
it's really nice to have that.
I think it's pretty solid and pretty close to accurate, I would say. But um, Another thing, and you and I were discussing this actually. We're going through all league history and everything like that, and then talking about just this podcast itself, and the fact that it's possibly been well over 10 years of the podcast.
I think it's been 10 and this is the
This
start of
is
the
this is
11th
this is
because
the 11th year.
yeah, because I was going through old pictures, cleaning some stuff up recently, and I found a photo from 2015. And I remember the apartment that I was living in Alameda in the Bay Area, and it was the first little podcast desk setup that I ever had with the original USB microphone and this little tripod stand. And I don't even use that microphone or any of that stuff anymore, but I know that was the first season we did it because where I was living before that, we definitely did not do any podcasting.
Dude, that's crazy. That's so crazy.
Yeah,
It's been 10 years. Man,
I'm
I
pretty
can't.
sure too. We've done it every single year. I do think there was one year a couple years ago where we started off really well. I think we did a couple podcasts like a preseason and one or two, and then we just like did not really do any of the rest of the season. Does that sound familiar?
I don't know. It kind of seems like it's every season almost.
No, I think we do pretty well. Last year we did good,
Yeah,
but
I think
I
I think
just
there are
recall at
years we
least
do
one
really good.
specific year where it was like, oh my God, we are we even doing this thing anymore? And I
Um,
feel like now we're like we're in it. I still enjoy it.
oh,
I want to
abs
keep it going. I know
I
I was like talking with Nate at the draft, and he was like, "Oh man, I would love to would love to call in again
dude,
and just
that's
chat it up."
it's got to be one of my favorite parts. Like I was thinking all the highs and lows. Not that we've really had any podcast lows. Maybe that would be the low that you just described. The not enough
Yeah.
podcasts because they are always a blast, and especially when we can have people on to talk to. Like this has been it's been super super cool. I still think there's only like one, maybe two individuals that have been hiding in the shadows, but we'll certainly find some way to get them on at some point. But I guess
I also know a low could be one or two times something didn't record. We did a whole
oh,
episode and it
dude.
didn't record. And
Okay,
I specifically
so
remember one
so
and it had
yes.
Nick on it. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, oh my God. That is like that's the pit in your stomach type of thing. Like, oh man, that's there have been a few like true gut punches, and I would say those
Well,
are
that
it's
episode was like it was so unhinged where we just went on these tangents. And I remember one topic was like, who on your fantasy team would you most want to party with? And like we really got into it on like why and who we'd party with and all these crazy
fuck.
scenarios.
I wish,
And then I
man,
remember that was one that didn't record.
maybe what we need to do is, oh yeah, well, I was gonna say we could have an unreleased podcast or something, but it's like it doesn't do you any good if it doesn't fucking record. God damn it, fucking
I
audio
know.
issues. Oh man, a lot of audio fun throughout the podcast. And actually, speaking of which, with all this stuff, you had done some deep diving yourself, and ended up coming across some true treasures, treasures that have not
Mm,
been, seen or heard in quite some time, and I actually think we have a way to bring that back to life for everybody again. Maybe get the season kicked off the proper way.
yeah.
I
I'd
know
say let's yeah, that's high production. We should
it,
freaking hit that baby.
dude. It's always been high production, and it's been a little bit of a while, but honestly, 10 years of podcasting, past. We're at what did we say that we're at for our actual like fantasy
15.
year? 15? Yeah, 15 years. Jeez, you guys. 15 years, 10 years of this podcast in honor of all the fun that we'll be having this year and all the fun that we've had in the past. Please sit back and enjoy.
Killer Cali Fantasy Football.
We're doing
Well, that's actually fun because we were just talking about audio issues. Can you still hear me, Sean?
uh-oh. No. What
Yeah,
happened to
dude.
our high production value?
Oh, we were so great. The thing started and it literally cut like 4 seconds into it.
Nice, nice.
Oh my God. Damn it, that was such a good intro. Oh, you fucking bastards. I hate you guys. Oh my
uh,
God. Why does nothing ever want to work with me the way I want it to work? Part of me wants to just even like cut this whole fucking thing and just start over from scratch and figure it out, but I don't know. Maybe maybe that will also be a
well,
good audio like
yeah, I think
era to keep
we
in.
just gotta leave this one in and let it roll. Keep do it in the raw, baby. This is how we roll.
Fucking hell, god damn it. I fucking hate audio issues. Oh my God. Well, what a great way to kick off the fucking season. I love it. I love it. I love it. Um,
Killer
oh wait, hold
Cali
on a
Yeah,
second. Can
we're
I
in.
get
Fantasy
wait,
We're in, dude.
wait, can I
Football.
get it to play?
We're doing this thing
Oh yeah,
live.
I'm
I'm getting
fucking
it to
ready.
play.
Clear out the wives and the children.
It's
Time to get
working!
fucking wild. I'm glad the fire and the passion is real.
Everybody gets a little taste of the wrath of the podcast.
I'm gonna remember this fucking day, you bastards.
It's a good way to start the season right there.
Go fuck yourselves.
You just proved that you have never listened to one of these podcasts before. What the fuck are you doing?
We need to look at the real person to blame. These fucking guys going absolutely ape shit on you.
This isn't about picking friends. This is about picking winners.
That's stupid. How do you feel after getting your ass kicked?
Firing on multiple cylinders right now.
You bastard. That's gonna be a good one.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I want to clap. I want to fucking, I just,
You.
oh man. Oh man.
What a throwback that is.
Oh, Jesus. That
Yeah, I
makes me
mean,
so
we
happy.
gotta thank Mr. Chris Stage for
Yeah,
that
dude.
old gem.
Mm-hmm.
Man, how cool
Dude,
was that?
I swear. I mean, and funny enough too, this was like when you showed it to me, or found it and sent it on over, I vividly remember the audio software that Chris was using to put that original song together, and it was so in his like, very much when he was just starting to like kind of get on into this, and it was like super limited software, and he totally like was able to stretch it and really pull it to kind of its maximum to be
Nice.
able to get like the most out of it. And it's so funny to think of like where he's at now, like if we were to have him go back into it and hop back in the lab, and both you and me like love getting into music as well. I bet the three of us could like honestly come up with something super fucking dope, like with the actual audio. I don't even know what you would call it, like just the audio technology, the home kind of setup that everybody can have and everybody can do, just plugging into a computer. You've got your fucking drum setup, which has been super awesome. If anybody ever gets a chance to hear some of the shit that Sean does, holy fucking moly, it's dude, that's always awesome. And dude, I like Chris. I want Chris to show. So Chris, I've seen Chris be able to do a whole bunch of the stuff live, like do his stuff live. But I haven't gotten too much of a chance to like sit down with him and listen to like his produced stuff. I have a
Oh,
feeling that
okay,
it
okay.
gives him it gives him frustrations, and man, dude, there's been so many. Did actually you sent me the other one, the Stranger Things one, which I don't know. Maybe we'll play it for another podcast down the road. This season as like a nice little
Yeah.
remembrance. But did you ever hear that Stardew song that Chris and I did?
I want to say that I did because it's just
Okay,
that like sounds familiar, but I can't remember what it sounded like though.
Stardew.
I mean, I can imagine what it could sound like knowing Stardew and the fucking amazing soundtrack that that game
Oh,
has.
dude, that was a lot. That was a fun experiment. And fuck, before I go too much off of a tangent on music, and we're supposed to be here talking about fucking football. Um, but
Yes,
yeah,
we are.
dude, it just it gives it hits me in all the feels. Love music, love Chris's work, love this fucking league, love this podcast. Oh my God, I cannot believe that we're here already. Okay, you guys did not tune in to listen to me just jerk off remembering all the good times there was. You guys
Yeah.
want to
I
hear us
mean, we're
jerking off to your
we're one
team, right?
one right now we're 1 day away from the
Dude,
first
it's
actual
tomorrow.
real game,
Th-
game action. Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday. And so I guess it'll be today by the time people probably
yeah,
start listening to this. So
hopefully.
it's exciting that we're finally here. It's been a long 10 days for me. I can say that I've been checking the sleeper app more times than I probably should be just to see if there's any more action in the league chat or any transactions or people changing their team names and putting those player nicknames in there. I think that's been super fun and more people are jumping on that. I saw that you went full in on varsity blues for your team.
Yeah, oh, full
Or no,
varsity
you no,
blues.
sorry. Remember the Titans. My bad. I
Dude,
was
I didn't
thinking about
even
the
know what
draft.
the like. I don't know if I could list a varsity's blues character. I think
Even after watching the movie at Nick's house,
I know. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to like even
I can't
remember just
either. I can't.
dude, I'll never forget the Ollie Larder whipped cream scene. That was
Yeah,
always
that's it. I mean,
that was
that
the
there's
the big
nothing more
standout
really. No,
scene. I
and
totally
then the
do.
big
Whoa,
dude drinking
yes,
syrup in the car. That's the only other thing I remember.
dude. Oh man, oh Jesus, what a good one. But yeah, no,
Yeah,
I was what like maybe like a week ago or so. My dad had the Titans on in the background, and I'm just walking on
nice.
by.
It's
It's
a good
like,
one.
oh, dude. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah,
But I mean, so for you, you went a little bit what Police Academy?
I don't know why, man. I fucking always loved the Police Academy movies growing up, and they just started popping back in my head. And I was like, I'm gonna go full in on Police Academy for my team.
Nice.
So yeah, even had ChatGPT help me out with a little team logo for,
That's awesome,
for
actually. I didn't think about using ChatGPT to try to do a logo. I actually was trying to get ChatGPT to do. I think it did. I'd have to actually look like go into our YouTube to see what the image was. But I think I tried to use ChatGPT to create an image of us at our pool drafting because I couldn't find a
Oh my
fucking
God.
um God, I don't know if that's actually what ended up going in. I gotta
I
check
don't
that
remember
out and
seeing
see.
that.
Dude, let me sign into ours really quickly.
Are you talking about like for the or actually where would we have seen that or where would I have seen that?
So I'm trying to, so if we go to our videos that we uploaded on the channel, yeah, no, it actually is. Yeah. So it wasn't in the recording. So, whenever people have been hitting the recording until today, hopefully crossing fingers, um, they would always like open it and it would be just a black screen, right? Because all we're really doing on uh, OBS is we're just recording our audio from Discord. Uh, but YouTube does let you upload a photo when you're, uploading the video.
Oh yeah, I do see that photo. Oh, wait, hold on. I want to fucking take a closer look at that.
Yeah, so that's a ChatGPT photo.
Although the thing is, when you click on the video itself, it is just the black screen the whole time, but it looks
Yeah,
like the thumbnail
it's
is that, but I
yeah, you're
can't
right.
zoom in that close on the I'm gonna try to zoom in as much as I can.
It's
You know,
actually
when I saw that photo, I actually thought it was pulled from the show The League. I thought it was like a screen cap from like an episode of that show, but I obviously didn't look at it that close.
that's pretty
Holy shit,
funny.
I'm looking at this now. Look at all these white dudes. And there's one girl, and there's a girl in there too.
Here, let's see. All right, here you go. All right, so if you go to the Discord, like, are you on your phone?
Yep.
Okay,
Oh, that's much better resolution. There we go.
yeah. I'll
Whoa.
I'll post this in the team chat actually, or see if I can. Um,
I don't
but
like how similar everybody looks.
dude, I can't even remember what the prompt was that I ended up putting on into this. But man, that's
That's
just
funny.
it is kind of funny just the world that we live in today. My God. So maybe I'm gonna start going to, Joey's got his ESPN Plus subscription, or whatever that was called, the insider thing. I'm gonna get ChatGPT to give me fantasy advice. Who should I be
Hey,
starting?
that could be a thing. That honestly, you could be doing player versus player analysis. Ooh, I bet there's some interesting stuff there.
There could be. Yeah. Uh, yeah.
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 Well, we don't need ChatGPT to do team by team and player analysis. When you and I are on the podcast about to do some matchup analysis for week one here, which I'm pretty fucking stoked to be like talking about
I can't.
real teams and real players.
I can't believe we're already there.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
so let me ask you something. Considering that we've got, nobody has any idea what anybody's team is going to be, and
Right.
I look at the league and I'm looking at all these teams, and I don't feel like I necessarily need to like do you want to just go straight into to matchups? Because I feel like I mean there's been I guess a
I don't
little
know.
bit
Yeah,
of
there's probably
action like
yeah. There was a we had our first trade
you're right.
technically.
Yeah, the Debo for
That's
2020.
Debo for 20. Yeah, I'll see how that one plays out. I don't. I'd be curious to hear what Nick's thought was if he just really wanted to ship some fab. I don't really know what he was totally trying to do. Just
I mean, maybe
get his
he's just trying to give
get his
himself.
fab budget fattened up for the season.
I would say maybe trying to put himself into like a position where if there is a particular player, coming on out, he can overbid in a way, like and not
Yeah,
have to be so conscious about it. Or, yeah, he could sort of stack it and spread it out throughout the year. But I mean, I don't know. Like that's the thing. Like I would say a move like this a couple years ago would be like, oh, holy shit, what but honestly, I don't even know what to say about it now. Like Devo could be fucking like amazing. A great ad. And that 20 might be completely worthless. Otherwise, Debo might be nothing, and that $20 could really, really help Nick. I have no idea how to read this trade or
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
really.
Right now it just looks like a little fuckboy trade, you know, not really much to make of it, but it's
Uh,
cool. I like seeing some action preseason. It is fun.
I agree. Okay, so
Okay,
we've
let's
got
get in.
yeah
Well, we've got the matchups, and then I totally forgot that we are doing league median. So we've got the league median looming over. It's funny how it's a projection median right now, and it will obviously fluctuate as we go through week one. But
yeah
don't forget that that's out there. But at the end of the day, the matchups are that's the juice right there. So. Yeah, I mean, should we just jump right into the matchups and just do a little thoughts on each? And I've got like I told you, Brian, we're gonna do it this year. We do these pick'ems and we talk about them, but rarely do we ever talk about how we did the week before or how our picks have even been throughout the season. So I made a nice little spreadsheet for us, and we'll actually be able to know throughout this year how are our picks, how's our picks doing, who's better at picking, and it'll be fun. It'll just be a fun little extra thing to like throw
oh
in
my
there from
god,
time to
I
time.
swear
So I'm gonna keep track.
you've jujued yourself. I swear it's like I want this. I want this to go through. That we are going to get all of these weeks. We're going to get all of these predictions and actually see some results. Because yeah, we've been throwing this out there for a long time, and I don't know if we've ever actually really had any sort of idea about whoever is closer or
No, we
not.
just I like I'll write them down on a piece of paper and then I'll end up throwing the piece of paper away and then it's like, cool, why
Right
did I
after the
even fucking
recording.
write that down? And you know it's funny too, I speaking of the like making a spreadsheet, I was in our Discord chat from it looked 2023 and I forget what the context was, but you wrote a message that said sick beats and spreadsheets. And I was like,
Oh
oh, well, I guess we're back at that again.
God, wasn't that something I called Chris or some sort of like I do kind
I
of
think
remember that.
Chris had a spreadsheet for something.
Oh, dude,
Uh,
and I think I told
so
you about that Stardew spreadsheet, didn't I? The one he
oh,
put together. Did he show you that?
you didn't have to. He showed it to me at the draft, and I cannot believe how in depth that spreadsheet is. My fucking god!
I
And
w-
yeah, we could go off on a tangent about that, but
well,
oof, yeah,
just
that's
about
amazing.
spreadsheets in general and Chris. Like I remember the first time I really like hung out with Chris getting ready for a fantasy season, and I don't think he had joined our league just yet, but it might have been like a year or two away. And he's showing me this fantasy football spreadsheet he has, and it's got like math. It's got all kinds of fucking like stacks and like setups and like oh dude potential projections and like oh dude it was
Oh man.
one of the most craziest things I've ever seen, and it made me just realize how fucking lazy I am when it comes to my
Oh.
fantasy research. But
There's
that's
nothing better than just nerding out on some data. Oh
no,
God.
no, I 100% agree, and I would say we can maybe nerd out a little bit on everybody's team right now.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
So okay, let's see. Of
Well,
any of the
speaking of
matchups,
Chris, why
you
don't we
want to start
start
with Chris?
with Chris?
Okay,
Yeah. So we've got Chris, uh, 50 Shades of May. I definitely can appreciate that team name.
love it,
And
love it.
he's going up against Nate, big old gritties. Can appreciate that as well.
So now that actually
Yeah, so
looks like his picture is actually a picture of the draft.
yeah, you're right. That
That's what it looks
definitely
like.
is
Now
Nick's
Chris,
patio for sure.
I'm not sure about Chris. It just looks like a jerk off Drake May picture. But I mean, he's going all in. You know, he's got his boys. He's got his three-headed monster at wide receiver. Like, oh my God, that is such a beautiful collection of wideouts. Justin
Yeah, Justin
Jefferson,
Jefferson, Amon
Amon
Ra,
Ra, yeah, and
Drake
Drake London.
London.
Hmm.
That is, dude, my God. That I mean, that's three definitely consensus top 10 receivers.
Yeah, and now he's got
maybe
Debo.
even top 7
Yeah, and he's now
receivers.
got Debo to kind of round it out.
Yeah,
Like
kind of
it's
interesting that he ended up throwing Debo into the flex.
well versus who else would
I
he
think
throw him
he
in?
had
Laporta?
Laporta. He had Sam Laporta. Yeah, he
You know,
had Laporta in there
I
before.
think if we remember the draft correctly, that Laporta pick was oh man, I don't even
That
know
was
if I want to.
unintentional. It was
Well,
unintentional.
it was intentional but unintentional, and I don't know if we even want to go here, uh, because
Oh yeah,
you know yes, you know the topic. I think everybody
yeah,
knows the topic. Everybody who was at the draft, at least, knows the topic.
yeah.
And
Let's just say, if Misha, if you're listening, we are going to have a little talk about the auto draft. Uh, First of all, I have some questions. Number one, I need to know if you actually like pre-picked players in your queue that it was choosing from, or if it was just pure, just set it, just let the auto draft do its thing. I need to know that because that we had a lot of speculation and theories going on during the draft. And then number two, let's check your calendar for next year and lock it down so that there is no auto draft situation next year
oh
because
my God.
that was a weird wild card. We don't have to go super into detail, but I'll just say it
No,
was a very weird variable to be thrown in the draft that I don't think any of us were expecting. And then we saw
no,
what the pattern is,
yeah,
and it was just like, okay, this is kind of throwing a wrench in the gears
yeah.
of the draft strategy
Yeah,
here.
it definitely just changed the fact with like having an auction overall. You know, once the auto draft came on in, like the idea of getting a player below market was just erased. Like it was just
Yeah.
completely erased. And so it became then there was a race to try to get it up to market to get the Autobot out of it. The Autobot. What am I saying?
Exactly.
Autobot. God damn it.
Autobot.
Autobot. Misha Prime. Oh, okay. Jesus. But anyway, yeah, so that was an interesting thing. And I really do kind of think that everybody's teams were put together in an interesting way this year. Not the way that people maybe originally intended, but hey, we got the teams we got and we're gonna work with it. And for Chris, I think the Laporta pick was the us trying to cheat, not cheat, but try to push the bot out. And for some reason the bot didn't behave the way we thought it was going to, and then Chris got fucked over and got stuck with
Yeah,
Laporta, who he didn't want.
exactly.
Laporta, who he didn't want.
But hey, maybe Laporta has a huge bounce back, and his $4 bid on Laporta could be super valuable. So
Yeah,
only
could be.
time will tell. But yeah, we'll get back into week one. So we've got Chris and his monster receiving core,
Hmm.
and then obviously you know that if you have that monster of a receiving core, then your other positions are going to be a little bit more questionable, but he's rolling out Drake May. No surprise there, but that's a question mark. And then he's got Kamara and RJ Harvey as his running backs. And so
Mm.
I don't know. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. And then it's a very different team on Nate's side with like
Dude,
monster
oh my
QB
God.
situation and pretty strong, really, I would say really strong
Very strong running
running
back.
back. Yeah, running back side with McCaffrey and Bucky Irving. And then he does have Deontay Swift, or was it DeAndre Swift in his flex? But yeah, Lad McConkey, Ted McMillan, Trey McBride. So
Uh,
not no slouches
no,
necessarily, but a little bit more wild card, I guess you could say, on
he's
the
also got
wide receiver side, pass
sitting with
catcher.
three fucking defenses. One is the number 5 defense.
What the fuck? I
Yeah.
didn't notice that.
Yeah, he's got the number
Oh my
5
god.
defense and the number 2 ranked defense right now.
Nate, what are you
Sitting on his
doing with
bench.
three fuck? I guess Nate
W-
is really feeling like defenses are going to be. I think he was saying at the draft he thinks they're going to be
They
uh
totally could be. And now all of a
as
sudden,
powerful as the quarterback.
Yeah, dude, they totally could be. And now he's got a whole bunch of trading power. Plus, he's got Addison and Rice, both of whom are suspended. But that's fine, because
But
he's
man, that's a lot of you're just carrying things that you can't use on your bench. And once the season goes, if you need to start swapping some players and playing the waiver wire, I'm very interested to see what Nate's
I
gonna
don't think
do
he, yeah,
because
I don't think he would be able to. I think he'd have to make those trades, or people would need to make those trades early. I will say though that I mean, of all the teams right now, Nate is projected higher than everybody else.
yeah, that is true. I mean,
174,
a lot of that looks to be Josh Allen and Christian McCaffrey,
and Bucky,
and
dude.
even Bucky too. Wow, they are really projecting Bucky high. I mean,
Yeah.
he's definitely good. But yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, very different teams.
Hmm.
It's it's hard. It's really hard to figure out the right way to like pick the matchups here. I feel like because it's week one and I all we have is historical context and then some, you know, future fortune teller projections. I feel like I have higher reliance in Josh Allen, Christian McCaffrey, Bucky Irving, and Lad. I actually think Trey McBride's pretty fucking good too. I just think there's a little bit more question marks on Chris's side, where I think longer term, I think Chris could have a extremely solid team where Drake May starts really firing off.
Hmm.
And obviously he's got the receivers, but maybe RJ Harvey turns into like a
Yeah,
monster running back too. But in week one, I'm not quite sure yet. And I just feel like Nate's team has like you kind of know a little bit more about what you're getting. Ted McMillan and DeAndre Swift are a little bit questionable for sure, but
little.
I don't know. Overall, I think Nate's team is just feeling pretty powerful right now.
I would say for all the reasons you just said, I am going to
There we
I'm
go.
going to
Keep it
agree.
easy.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it
All
pretty
right.
easy. I would say specifically those top three, the Allen, McCaffrey, and Bucky Irving. Like that, I think right there is just a scary, just like, and I guess we don't have a wide receiver, so it's hard for me to call it a core, but man, I do think for at least for the foreseeable future or at the beginning of the season, that should be where a majority of Nate's points come from is for those three players.
Right.
Like I mean, McCaffrey is anything close to, what he's been in the past. Like that's just going to be absolutely
I mean,
spectacular.
if you're worried about McCaffrey's injuries that he's coming off of last year, you'd think you would score the most early in the season with him. If he
Yeah,
gets injured, it would probably be at some point later.
yeah.
So, yeah, in week one against McCaffrey, he has every means to go off.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good matchup because I'm really excited to see what that three-headed dragon does for Chris because that is super scary. But I'm agreeing. I'm going to go with Nate for this one.
Yeah, it's Nate's got the three-headed dragon, and then Chris has
Oh
got
yeah,
the three-headed receivers right there. That's
there
going to be
there are,
crazy
yeah.
to see
So
that
okay,
too.
I would call Nate's more of like a stable, like because Josh Allen runs as more I would say almost than he is fucking doing his passing. So you got the stable of horses and that three-headed hydra of Chris's for those whiteouts. But anyway,
Nice.
yeah. So I say we both go in Nate's way. Um,
All right.
now I did not see this $1 Bob. Okay. All right. So what about John and Will?
John and Will, $1 Bob versus Big Head. I want to know more about these team names.
What
Like
is that
I know
reference from? I can see the picture, but it's oh man.
I don't know. I don't
I,
know what either reference truly is from. I feel like it's cutting a little too deep for my my cultural knowledge.
Well,
But I love it. I love that it's there. I like I like how deep it gets.
well, okay. What do you think about these teams though? Because I will say, Jesus, they're giving or Daniels almost 40 points, or projecting him almost at 40. Jesus, wow.
Damn. Yeah,
Uh,
okay.
this is kind of
Let's
interesting.
see.
This is an interesting spread.
I feel like these teams are very different as well.
They are.
Like you've got on the quarterback side, Jaden Daniels. I feel like you know more about what you're getting. I mean, he's super highly touted right now, and Bo Nix is like people are projecting that he could be really good this year, but he's been very inconsistent last year so far. You
Yeah,
got Gibbs and Barkley is, I mean, those are like some of the two top running backs right there in the league and in fantasy. Genty and Cook. That one, no fucking idea. I mean, we don't know what we're
no, I
getting
don't
with
know.
Genty quite yet. We also don't really know what we're getting with Cook because that's the kind of player he is. It's like, is he going to get 3 touchdowns on 40 yards, or is he going to have, 0 touchdowns on 40 yards? You just don't know what you're going to get.
It's tough.
Um, Both of their receiving cores, it's like they've got their stable top guy, Neighbors versus Puka, and then you've got the very question mark of Cooper Cup versus Jerry Judy. Like
Yeah,
I don't love either of those. And then
not.
you kind of get into the flex guys. I'd put all of them in the same category. Like for John, J.K. Dobbins, and Josh Downs, I would put in the same category as DK. It's Cortland Sutton. If anything, maybe I'd give the edge, honestly, to Will on DK Metcalf and Cortland Sutton.
Yeah.
But this is close. I feel like
Uh,
this is close.
I will say this also. Will has got some options if he does want to plug and swap anything around. I mean, I think right now he does have the higher projections in, but he's also got Jalen Waddle on his fucking bench. He's got Aaron Jones on his bench.
Yeah,
Um,
David Montgomery.
dude,
Yep.
he's got a really stacked fucking
Oh, dude,
team.
he's got Marvin Harrison on his bench too. Wow. Okay, this is interesting.
Yeah, wow. Wow.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, that's honestly, I don't know. I feel I want to lean Will's way because I feel like the team is maybe a little bit more on the balance side. I have questions about Dobbins. I have questions about Downs. Definitely some questions
Cooper
about
Cup.
Cooper Cup. Yeah, in Seattle. Like I don't know about DK Metcalf in Pittsburgh. Like and with Aaron Rodgers. Like no idea what that's going to look like.
Right,
Um,
right. It's like who else do they have to throw to?
they don't.
But
Yeah, they don't have Pickens. Um,
nope.
Yeah, I don't, man,
Ah,
I don't know. I mean,
I,
I feel my gut is telling me to lean Will's way. I think it's just a little bit fewer question marks I have on that side than I do on John's side.
yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling. I love Jaden Daniels way more than Bo Nix,
Way
but
more.
on the flip side, I know that the New York Giants defense is a really good defense, but Jaden Daniels should certainly score a lot of points. But yeah, quarterbacks aside, I think I do like Will's team more, and he's got more options on his bench if he wants to, start tinkering around. Uh, Yeah, I don't know if either will do some tinkering. I mean, John has usable players on his bench too, so it's kind of like, what do you want to do there? But
Yeah.
but it's like I don't know. I don't know exactly yet what to expect with Genty. Don't know what to expect with Cup, and then Dobbins and Downs. Not like super super high. I mean, they could be good, but not super high on them. So I feel like there's more predictability potentially on Will's side. So. I think it's the same deal. Like week one, I feel like I'm leaning into what do I know versus what do we like think could happen through the season where Genty could be a fucking monster. Maybe Cooper Cup like regains his value on a new team.
Hmm.
But just I don't know yet, and I'm not willing to bet on that for week 1. So I'm going to
Yeah.
go Will too.
Okay. Yeah. And I didn't even think about the Denver defense. That is the number one defense, or predicted to be the number
Mm.
one defense. So.
Yeah, and against the Titans with
Hmm.
a rookie quarterback at the helm. Yeah, that could be big. I don't know what to think of any defense. I'm so
Yeah.
fucking
No.
curious
This
as to
year is
what
going to
this is
be.
gonna be like.
Yeah. This is going to be kind of crazy. But that's the whole fun part about you know our this particular league. Like every year is kind of like a toss
Yeah,
up. Like you have no fucking idea what's going to happen.
right.
Um.
It is. Totally is.
So
It's
it's
exciting.
yeah, it is very exciting. Jesus. Okay. Well, let's see who
Why
else.
don't we go over to let's do Nick and Misha's.
Okay, Mr. Imatukas. Uh,
We got Igbukas and Matukas, and then we've got the only player in the league still who has the same team name as last year. So,
hmm
Misha, I hope you're listening. We've got a lot of
I would
items for you
recommend.
to take
I would
care of
recommend
here.
Misha. I will say for this year, I think you are going to need to do something Transformers related. Preferably on
Ooh,
the good side, because I believe they are known as the Autobots. Um,
yeah. And that's what he was dubbed on the draft board itself, the Autobot.
yeah,
So, yeah, there's an opportunity. There's a
I
big
I
opportunity there.
I think there's something there. But even still, there's some interesting teams to look at right here, because I will say oh man, wow, just even looking at the top, like the quarterback matchup, Lamar versus Jalen, like that's
Yeah,
pretty
love that.
intriguing.
Man, they've
Jonathan
got
Taylor.
Lamar at almost 42 points.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I honestly think in this format, the way it is right now, Lamar should be the number one quarterback every year for the most part. Like just his style of play, the way we do the scoring, like yeah, it's either going to be him or Josh Allen. And I
Yeah.
guess you could have some other up and coming quarterbacks that could try to take that, but they'd have to be doing that kind of style in order to be like the absolute monster. Like, cause I mean, I guess you could be a Joe Burrow or a Baker, or somebody who throws like 4 or 5 fucking touchdowns, but that seems like it's
Yeah, because you
so
do get a little those completion bonuses if you
yeah,
have one of those games where you have 20, 25 completions, 30 completions,
yeah,
whatever.
that's
But
gonna help. But man, those
yeah,
running yards
yeah.
and those the the running yards are just they just stack up. It's just super easy. Yeah, like Lamar should be.
And Jalen Hurts gets the push
Mhm.
touchdowns. I mean, I had him last year, and if it weren't for those, he would not be that valuable of a quarterback because I have to say he was not fun to have as a quarterback in fantasy because you'd be
He
like, I'd be
wasn't.
watching the games. No, honestly, he didn't look great like as a passer. There just were so many like, wow, like you just completely missed that pass, or why wouldn't you throw it to AJ Brown? He was wide fucking open. But he would be absolutely saved by those tush push touchdowns, and you're getting 6 points for a 1 yard play. And that was everything that like really made the difference.
Now
And
you
it's
have.
just it's not fun to watch that, but you're so thankful for it.
Yeah. Now, you had AJ Brown, right? Like that year too.
I did. I had that stack. That was my
Okay.
stack last year. Yeah. So it's kind of frustrating to have AJ Brown on. Like he was so good the year before, and he
hmm
was still pretty good last year, but not to that level.
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh God, fantasy. Oh my God. So okay, well, since we keep gushing about these fucking quarterbacks, um, let's
This matchup is actually I feel like these teams are really similar. So they've both got like tier one quarterbacks.
yeah.
And then if you move down, they both have a tier one running back, Jonathan Taylor for
hmm
Nick versus Achan for Misha. And then you
Solid
start
tier
to get in,
twos.
so you're
Or I was gonna
and then
say,
you're in the like yeah, tier twos. Like
I was gonna say a
Jaco
solid
versus
tier two
Brees, like,
running back. Running back twos
yeah,
is what I was going to say.
yeah, I'd say that's pretty equitable at that point. And then if you look at receivers, none of them, at least in the way they have their lineups of the receiver positions, they're none of them are like tier one or even tier two receivers. You
I
got
agree.
Pearsall, Travis Hunter, Jamison Williams, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. Like, in Jigba, I guess maybe you can say like he's an unquestioned number one on his team, but new quarterback. So yeah, that's like this whole mix of I'm not really sure week to week what's going to pop out of that whole group. And then you've got Terry McLaurin and Tyreek Hill as like ultra strong flex options,
Hmm.
and then DJ Moore and T Higgins. Honestly, those guys seem very similar in a similar
Yeah,
class
they
to
are.
me as well.
I agree. I think you're right. There is a weird similarity between all these two teams. The I will say that other than the top of their roster, those starting quarterbacks, and I would say those RB1s and those RB2s, that solid core right there. The rest of their teams are super volatile. Like I would say they could easily, like explode and go off for big numbers, but I think could also easily, come up with some low, possibly like single digit numbers. Like I have no idea what the hell Travis Hunter is going to be like. Ricky Pearsall, I think, is also like kind of a big question mark for me. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
Jameson Williams, I think that was always like seemed like kind of like a boomer bust type of a play. JSN,
Hmm.
I thought he was pretty decent last year, and I think he is
Yeah,
their
he
number
was.
one.
He should be good. Like I
Yeah,
think he has a high floor, but how high can he go as his ceiling? Don't quite know.
okay. The McLaurin and Tyreek, like that's those guys were both like phenomenal, like especially Tyreek. But like dude, I have no idea what they would be like this year. And I feel like the DJ Moore and T Higgins are the exact same player. Like they are that player that could easily win you a week or lose you a week. Like because either they
Yeah.
show up or they
Yeah,
don't
there's a
show up.
lot of there's a lot of could win you the week or could lose you the week across both of these teams.
Hmm. I will
I think I'm
say,
gonna have to.
oh,
Okay,
okay.
you want to say?
Well, okay. I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and I'm going to say it. I'm going to lean the Autobot way, and I hate saying it, but
Ooh,
it's a slight lean. And I will say I feel I have less question marks on Misha's side than I do on Nick's side. The big question mark I have for sure on Misha's side is Travis Hunter because I just have no idea what
yeah.
that's going to be. Like I don't think anybody does. We've never seen a player who's going to try to do what they say he's going to end up doing. It's hard for me to imagine. Um, but yeah, like I don't know about Jameson Williams. I don't know about Pearsall. I'm really just not sure about what's going to happen with Terry McLaurin this year. Um, like
Hmm.
he's old, but
He had an amazing year
I know
last
he
year. He had
did.
like
I know he did, but
he had like touchdowns in the teens, and he's the wide receiver one for
for
one of the
sure,
the best young quarterbacks in the league right now.
it's just I'm I'm just I don't know. For some reason, my red flags are waving, and I can't
Yeah.
say what it is specifically. And I always have felt the same way about DJ Moore. Like anytime I have him, like he never shows up. Anytime somebody else has him,
Well,
or
now that you don't have him, he might boom. He
yeah,
might boom
exactly,
again.
he might boom
He is a
again.
very boom bust kind of guy. He either disappears or he could have a game where he gets like 50 points. I
Yeah.
think there's a little more question mark, in my opinion, on Misha's team
Okay.
than maybe what your appetite is. I agree with Travis Hunter. I mean, he's playing on both sides of the ball, so I think everybody wants to know what that's going to look like. I mean, he's playing defense and offense, and he's not the number one receiver on the Jags.
Hmm.
But I'm like, I don't know what Brees Hall is going to be like this year. I don't know what Tyreek is going to be
Is
like
Brees
this
still
year.
start? He's still starting, isn't he?
I mean, yeah, but Braylon Allen, it sounds like it's a timeshare situation.
Hmm.
I don't know if Brees, if they're gonna be what he was two years ago, where he was an absolute stud. But he could be, but it looks questionable a little bit right now. And then
Hmm.
Tyreek, like I don't know what, like so many weird things happened
Yeah.
last year with injuries and quarterback and his attitude and
Hmm.
whatever. Like, is he there? He's kind of old now too? So I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Nick's team
Okay.
because of Lamar, because of
I'm
Jonathan
dude.
Taylor.
Lamar
I
could.
do
Yeah.
think Ricky Pearsall should be pretty good at least in week one because there's just not a lot of receiving options right now in San Francisco.
True.
And I do think Terry McLaurin should be pretty good. He just got a huge contract extension there too, so he's paid. But yeah, I don't know. I see what you're saying about Misha's team, but I feel like Nick's team is a little safer in my opinion. So I'm
That's
going Nick.
that's totally fine. I would say we got our first split, and there it is. The Autobot
Nice.
versus
I love when we get
the
this.
Tuca.
Like
um,
Bukas and Matukas.
and he's not even starting him.
All right. I know he's not even starting him. He's in his fucking team name. Nick, just give me Egbuka and then change your team name, and then everything's good.
Yeah. I will say Lamar
Nick, I will
Jackson
just
should
we'll do Godwin for Egbuka straight up, and then we'll call it a day.
totally fair. I will say I think Lamar Jackson is probably definitely going to be that number one quarterback, and he certainly easily could win Nick this week by himself. But man, I think this one's actually going to be a really good game, and I totally agree with what you said about these teams being very very similar, uh, with just the way they're
Yeah,
set up. Um, fuck, we're getting down to the tail end. We've only got
getting down to it.
couple more matchups to go. Um,
Yeah, we gotta go, Joe. We gotta go, Joey Phil. We'll save ours for the end.
of course, everybody needs their time in the sun in the sunlight. We're having enough fun as it is.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, so we got Joey versus
man.
Phil. I like the team names. Joey going with the podcast reference of points forward. I
Hmm.
love that. That's nice. And then Phil's going like rock and roll, classic rock and roll punk venue, but throwing in CD Lamb from his team into the name. And he's got the custom logo with his team too. I think that's fucking cool.
That actually is cool. Yeah,
I wonder
great
if you
job
use
with the like
ChatGPT
the.
for that, or where did that come from?
You know what? I feel like I need to up my logo game. I literally just grabbed the still from the movie, um, but uh, but man, some of these logos that you guys are all throwing up, man, it's pretty. I'm loving this participation in the league. It
Yes,
gives me a positive
exactly.
feeling. Um, okay, so let me ask you, out of these two, whose team do you like the best?
Yeah, I'm doing a quick scan through. This feels tough for me because I feel like the top end of Phil's team is much better than the top end of Joey's.
Hmm.
But then I like the bottom end of Joey's a bit more.
I agree.
So what I mean, yeah, like Joe Burrow versus Mahomes. Like I like Joe Burrow much more than I like Mahomes. And then Bijan and Chase Brown. I mean, I like both really, but Bijan is like, arguably maybe the top running back right
Could be,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, I think at least for week one, I like Chuba Hubbard better than Travion Henderson.
Hmm.
Henderson has all this like what he could be a huge breakout rookie of this year, but I don't know, what week one's really going to look like. It might take a little time. I'm not really sure. And then you get into the receivers of like CD and Garrett Wilson. Honestly, shit, I think those are actually pretty close because I really do also like Brian Thomas
Hmm.
and AJ Brown. I think because I love CD, but God, I have to say that might be a wash. But then you get into Mike Evans and Kenneth Walker. I love that compared to ETN and Pittman. So
I would
I
say that
think Joey's got it on the flex for sure, in
I
my
think,
opinion.
and I kind of think for me that sort of tips the scale is that flex position. Because you also look at Joey's like bench, like he's got Pollard, Jalen Warren, he's got Xavier
Yeah.
Worthy, Chris Olave, like he's got some firepower just even on his bench. Um, and yeah, those flex spots, like I love Mike Evans. Like I feel like Mike Evans is one of
Hmm.
those like players that, man,
Yeah.
you never
No
really feel like.
Olave. I mean, sorry, no Godwin in there too.
Yeah, no, I think he has been one of those players that if he's on your team, he's never going to be your top option. But you don't want him to be because if you can get like literally like 20 or 30 points from your flex one or flex two or your
Yeah.
wide receiver three, whatever it is, like that's awesome. Like he's
Yeah,
I,
I
I
had I had Mike Evans last year, and he did have a few weeks where he was my top player unexpectedly, where he had like
mhm,
40 points, like
yeah,
3 touchdown games. So yeah, that Brian Thomas Jr., AJ Brown, Mike Evans,
that's
even I'll
solid.
throw Ken Walker in there. I mean, if he
Yeah.
stays in, stays healthy, he's a really good running back too. So that's a really good. And then oh man, Chase Brown in there
Hmm.
too. Yeah, the only real question marks. You never know what kind of game you're going to get from Mahomes, and I just don't quite know what to expect from Travion Henderson yet.
No, yeah.
Otherwise, I really like the team. Um,
I
maybe Phil's team just has a couple more question marks with Pittman, ETN. I don't exactly know what to expect with Garrett Wilson with the new quarterback. Chuba Hubbard, he's good, but I don't know if he's gonna like necessarily pop off for you either.
well, Phil, I will say this. I do love Phil, the top of Phil's team, just like you said. Like Joe Burrow, I love way
Yeah,
more than Mahomes. Bajan, definitely way more than Brown. But man, to me, that flex area is a big like a big sore. Like and he doesn't really have anything on his bench to make up for it there. I guess there's a lot of wait and see. Um, see how some of these players like pan on out.
yeah,
But yeah, I kind of feel that even though I think he's got a stronger top of the roster, I will say I think Joey's is much more evenly spread out. And I'll probably end up that's probably the way I'm going to be leaning.
yeah. That's the way I'm leaning to. Joe Burrow also in years past he's been a little bit slow coming out the gates. It
Hmm.
might be different this year, but if we needed any extra to find reason to feel like Joey's team may tip the scales here, but yeah, I'm with you too. I feel like I know a little bit more about what to expect from Joey's team, a little bit less to expect with Phil's team. So yeah, I'm taking Joey as well.
That's fair. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
man. I cannot believe we are here already. It is God, it is so crazy. All right.
Well, now here's where we can spend the next 45 minutes talking about our matchup.
This is what we like planned all along. You guys, I mean, you guys don't even see this. Man,
Yeah.
I will say this, just flat out now. I'm actually pretty scared of your team. I think you have a
No, I feel
very,
like you
very,
always say that. Whenever we match up, you always say that.
but no, I mean it.
It's fucking
Dude,
reverse juju already.
you have a very, very balanced team, like all like spread all the way down. Like the fact that you got Kittle and Connor as your flexes is, oh man, that's so nice. Like it's Henry terrifies me. Baker killed me in the goddamn championship last year, so I know what that motherfucker will do or can do. Um, Kyron Williams, he's a player I've never really been very high on, but I mean, I've definitely felt the sting of playing against him at times. So that's yeah, there's some worry. Nico Collins, he could be the fucking wide receiver one for all I know, this year. Devontae, yeah, oh man, I think yeah, you've got a pretty a pretty scary team.
I mean, I like my team for week one because it's basically the guys that I really wanted to be on the lineup are the ones that are, in it. The bench,
Mm.
just not sure what's going to happen with that. But yeah, those are the guys. When I looked at your team, definitely a lot of pieces that I'm scared of, some pieces that I wanted on my team and I didn't get them. But it also looks like you've done a little bit of tweaking on the flex side. I don't think Njoku was who you originally had in
I
there.
think Pickens
Um,
was in there, and he may still
yeah.
possibly pop on up, but honestly, I can't really
Ooh, so
decide.
you're still you're thinking and tinkering.
Oh, dude,
Because I think it's funny that we're already seeing somebody with the two tight ends in the two flex spots, which is, I feel like, such a rarity
it
in our
is.
league where generally tight ends aren't even that valuable. Obviously, the top guys are really valuable, but when you're rolling two tight ends in your flex, you're definitely playing some strategy there. Brock Bowers is a set it and forget it, in my opinion. And Njoku, dear God, was he fucking pretty good last year?
Well,
So,
I feel
uh,
I'm just banking on I'm banking on the fact it's Flacco, right? That like
yeah, that's the thing. That's that. Yeah, if it's Flacco, he's throwing it around.
yeah, and I feel like he's going to be throwing it to the tight end like all the time, just because I feel
Yeah,
that's something that the old school quarterbacks like they were lazy. They like that was like their savior play, right? Anytime that they were in trouble, just
yeah.
find the tight end and throw it to him, and I feel like Njoku's perfect for that. But at the same time, like, I really want to get a taste of George Pickens on the on Dallas.
Yeah, I'm
That
very curious, and plus, because about that, and you've got Dak, obviously. So if
yes, I
that
do.
becomes like a little baby stack, that could be something fun through the season. But yeah, we've never seen what it looks like, so I can understand the I don't know, should I do it week one type thing?
Yeah.
And against Philly, like that's a tough divisional game, but
Oh,
it could potentially be a high scoring game too.
or
So
it
that's,
could.
that's hard to, or it could be a really low scoring
Yeah, no,
game because
the
it's so
thing that
like.
I worry about and some of the like I don't even know who would be starting because I feel it's hard for me to say anything. Like the truth is I'm not totally sold on a lot of my options. I know I got Herb Street. I got him as Sunshine this year. Um, but uh, against KC week one in Brazil. Uh,
Yeah, another a Brazil divisional big matchup too. Like what
ugh,
what are these crazy divisional matchups week one? And yeah, the
yeah.
Brazil thing, I remember watching that last year because I think it was the Eagles
Oh, you're right.
and I had Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown. It was like the field was all fucked up. People were slipping around. I was like, what the fuck are we watching right now?
Yeah, that's not making me feel like all that great about any Charger players starting, but honestly, I don't really have a choice because, like, I will say, I definitely feel,
I love Omari and Hampton though.
I,
I like him. Really like Josh Jacobs. Obviously, Jamar Chase scares the shit out of me. He could go off massively. So that little three-peat right there makes me, and then even throw Brock Bowers in there. Very fucking nervous about that.
yeah,
Oof.
I would say that there are pieces that I feel okay about. There are other pieces of my team I'm super curious about. Devontae Adams, I am really curious what the hell that would be
Mhm.
with Matt Stafford. If Stafford plays, um, throughout a majority of the season, and Devontae actually gets like good time with them. Like he's not going to be
Yeah,
the number one. So that
I know.
like there were times where I thought Puka and Cooper Cup were really thriving like side by side. Like even though
It
Puka
was.
was
Yeah,
getting
two
his
seasons
day,
ago, it was. Yeah.
yeah, but like there was a time that Cooper Cup just completely like dropped off. So I don't know if
Yeah.
Devonte Adams is going to be like a huge like red zone threat, which would be great. Um, I don't expect him to get like a high volume, but maybe a few of those catches with big gains, um,
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
bonus points. I don't know, but I will say this: looking at the whole stack, the fact that your team is as spread as it is, like I just feel like just so strong. I do feel like I'm going to lean your way this week.
Oof.
I
Wow,
will
you're
say,
gonna go reverse curse Juju in week one. You're gonna do it like that.
well, I can't because I can't even say if like if the players that we're talking about right now today are going to be in the starting. Like I might even just switch up Dak with Justin. But I don't feel good about that. I don't feel good about Dak on Thursday night either. So it's like it's a tough one. And then yeah, I'm super
It
curious
is
about
tough.
George
Yeah.
Pickens. I actually think Jacoby Myers could be really really good too. If
Yeah.
I just
I
don't.
guess I know it
I don't
was all
know.
scary with him saying like he wants a trade, but it sounds like that's not happening now. So, but he's besides Brock Bowers, like the wide receiver one on that team. So yeah, I can understand like having to kind of choose between a few players.
Well, now
I
you got
guess I feel lucky in that there's no tinkering on my lineup for week one. How it goes from there, I have no idea. But for week one, this is the squad that I'm rolling out for sure.
yeah. I mean, I would say I don't see anybody that I could imagine you wanting to pop on in. I have no idea what Stephon Diggs is going to be
Um,
like in New England.
Yeah, I'm so
Um,
curious. Like I would love to have him be a nice flex option. See what that looks like. I'm so curious to see what Keenan Allen looks like. Um, and then I'm just kind of hoping that Charbonnet can get some injury fill-in time against Kenneth Walker. But
right.
then it gets very speculative rest of the way. I don't even know what I'm doing with Eckler. But yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's
Wow.
kind of weird too on my team. It's kind of crazy. There's
Huh.
all this weird fantasy lineup drama going on with Chris Godwin right now because he was on IR like a week ago, and
Right.
then they took him off IR. And then yesterday he was IR eligible again. So I put him back in IR and I picked up Eckler just to fill the spot. And now he's not IR eligible anymore, and so I need to drop somebody to put Godwin back on my lineup or in
Right.
my bench, or I think I can just keep Godwin there. But if I do that, I can't change anything in my lineup because like I'm getting this alert on Sleeper that's like, hey, you have a guy who's in your IR spot. So if I try to like change any other person on my lineup,
It's gonna
it
make
won't
you
let me
deal with
do
that
that.
first, right?
So I'm like in this weird zone of like, I don't know what the fuck's going on with Godwin and this IR situation, but I
So
might
wait.
have to just drop somebody pretty soon.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure there's at least like one. I think
I,
there's.
I don't want to drop Eckler right now, but I probably will if I have to. But I would at least love to just see what Eckler looks like in week one and then maybe make a decision on if he's worth keeping or not. But
Yeah.
he's the last guy I picked up, so he'd probably be the first guy I would drop.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be very interesting come waiver wire, week, coming into week two. I honestly think that trade that we saw is not going to be the last. Like I have a feeling
I
that,
hope not.
yeah, they'll hopefully be a very active trade market this year. Um, and maybe, yeah, people throwing in fab money also and different things like that. Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
man, it is interesting. So, okay, so what do we say? I'm going your way, and did you say the same?
You went me, I went me as well. So
Okay,
we split every matchup except the Nick Misha matchup. I went with
okay,
Nick, you went with Misha.
okay.
And so yeah, we're pretty even on our picks so far, but it's week one. I mean, we don't know a lot yet. So I have a feeling it's gonna get pretty volatile and our picks will probably get pretty varied throughout the season as we go.
Yeah, man, I can't believe we're already gotten our picks in for the first fucking week. It is here. It is.
Very-
Oh wait, that's the button. Shoot,
Oh,
no,
oh,
that's not. That's the wrong one. Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Soundboard going off, baby.
You gotta love the soundboard. Okay, well, I would say that was definitely a good rundown. It was exciting to kind of get back,
Yeah.
yeah, get back into it. Hopefully, everybody is excited and ready for tomorrow. Well, I guess today, if it's you guys listening today. I think it's just the Cowboys and the Eagles, where I know that's going to definitely play a part in
Yeah,
our matchup. Actually, I'm trying to think of who else has got
yeah.
big stakes in that game
Well, we've
tomorrow.
got AJ Brown, we've got Saquon Barkley, you've got Jalen Hurts. Who else?
Okay,
That might be the extent of it. I don't think no one's playing Javonte Williams, the running back for Dallas.
right,
You're not playing Pickens.
not right
So
now.
that's probably I've got Devonte Smith, so I've got my action there.
Hmm.
But I think that's got to be pretty much it right there
Yeah,
for
but
Thursday.
actually looking at it, I think it's actually pretty spread
Or Dow
between.
defense, Philly defense too, possibly. I don't
Oh,
know
that's right.
if they're in. If
I
on
think
Nate, well, actually, no, I
on
think
Nate's
Nate might have
bench.
him on his bench.
Yeah, good God,
Three
Nate.
defenses. Jesus Christ,
We're
dude.
gonna we're gonna revisit that, Nate,
Oh
later
my
this year.
God, that's funny.
Um,
Yep.
but shit. Well, I guess I don't know if there's anything more to say other than man, I'm so glad
No.
that we got this knocked out, and God, just that 10
Yeah.
plus years of the podcast, and we're still
10
rolling.
plus years. Now we got three episodes already in right now, and the season technically hasn't even started yet. That's a great start right there
That
for
is a good
us.
start. I would say if we can, kind of keep
Yeah.
it on up this year, and also like we said earlier, the best part is when you guys can hop on and talk with us. So it's still that same
Yeah.
Discord link. Hopefully everybody, anytime you want, we can, if we don't have anybody set or already set to come on, we can just throw out the message in the chat, and anybody who wants, hop onto the Discord, and let's all fucking rap about this season.
Exactly.
Fuck. Well, I guess that'll be all, folks. I don't know, Sean. Is there anything else that we forgot?
No, let's just set those lineups. We got Thursday, Friday, and then big time Sunday. Can't wait to see how the league median shakes out. I'm very curious about that. So, oof, it's fun, man. Action's about to happen. Let's get it.
Let's get to it. All right, you guys. Way to kick off the fantasy season, and we will catch you next time.
Later, boys.
Yeah.